Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. All warfare is based on deception. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. The art of war teaches us to rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our readiness to receive him, not on the chance of his not attacking, but rather on the fact that we have made our position unassailable. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him. To win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. The general who wins the battle makes many calculations in his temple before the battle is fought. The general who loses makes but few calculations beforehand. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Know yourself and you will win all battles. To know things of human life, we must study the art of war. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. To fight and conquer in all our battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Those skilled in war bring the enemy to the field of battle and are not brought there by him. When strong, avoid them. If of high morale, depress them. Seem humble to fill them with conceit. If at ease, exhaust them. If united, separate them. Attack their weaknesses. A leader leads by example, not by force. To see victory only when it is within the ken of the common herd is not the acme of excellence. Engage people with what they expected is what they are able to discern and confirms their projections. It settles them into predictable patterns of response, occupying their minds while you wait for the extraordinary moment. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and strike at what is weak. Regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. Look on them as your own beloved sons, and they will stand by you even unto death. There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combinations of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. If your enemy is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is in superior strength, evade him. Convince your enemies that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace, whose only thought is to protect his country and do good service for his sovereign, is the jewel of the kingdom. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. It is essential to seek out enemy agents who have come to conduct espionage against you and to bribe them to serve you. Water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. The soldier works out his victory in relation to the foe whom he is facing.